Hello, everyone. It looks like we are still struggling with, what's this? The Stream Deck? The Stream Deck, yes. We're still struggling with the Stream Deck. So, yeah, we're still struggling with that. But, yeah, otherwise, hopefully that'll get fixed at some point after OBS and Stream Deck talk to themselves and figure themselves out. But, yes, how is everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Welcome to another night of writing. I don't think I talked about this story that I am working on. I might have mentioned it, I don't remember. But this is a story that I am highly interested in. Honestly, I do really want to publish this one. I swear this model does have a mouth that moves, but everyone I've seen use this model, the mouth doesn't move. So, yeah. Let me see. I want to go to some things for it. But, yeah. So, let me see if it... Yeah, it'll still do it. Okay. But, yeah. So, this story is one that I had in a dream. I was so motivated to do it after having that dream. And I was afraid that... Hi, Ivan! How are you? I was so... But I was so motivated to do it, and I was afraid that I was going to lose motivation because I was losing motivation to do it. Because oops. Every time I hit a button, I have to keep moving chat. Because every time I hit a button that's not on the VTuber model, that the button starts hitting other things. But yeah, anyway, I started getting nervous that I was going to lose motivation for this story because I did start losing motivation because I had such a drive for it. When you have a big urge to do something, when you have the motivation to do something right at that moment and you don't jump on it, you quickly start losing motivation to do it. And that's what was happening after I had this dream. I had a big motivation to write this story, and the more I didn't start immediately writing this story, the less drive I had for it, and I wanted to keep that. This story was really important for me to write it because I just feel like it's very important. This dream that I have, this story is one about self-harm and going beyond that. And the end message that I have for that story is just really important to me. I've gone, and I still do at times, go through depression. And not that I've ever experienced it, but I work with a lot of people that have gone through self-harm and worse, that I really want to write this story and be able to have something for them for this. So I want to make sure that I write this. I want to make sure that I do it right. And I want to make sure that I can get this story out there for people. So I want to make sure that I know that I can do my best work when I write on this high. So yeah, I want to make sure that I get this story out as soon as possible. As soon as possible when I'm on this high and whatnot. So yeah, I want to make sure that I can write it as much as I can. I wrote the first part while I was at work, when I actually had time. So yeah, I just want to make sure I can write as much as I can. Let me see. Let me look at chat, because I know that I have to avoid looking when I'm talking, otherwise I get distracted. Oh, it's your birthday week. It's your birthday week, Ivan. Happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. When is it? Is it like this weekend or something? That'd be cool. Nice. Happy early birthday. What are you doing? What are you doing for your birthday? Yeah. Are you doing anything special? Mine's not gonna be for a while. Hey Sarah, how are you? Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on. It is a heavy topic. I'm sorry, I didn't put any triggers. My apologies. The story hasn't gotten to that point of triggers for like self-harm and thoughts of taking one's own life. The story honestly doesn't mention self-harm or indicates self-harm, but does not say it outright. And it honestly doesn't say it outright even until, I'll be honest, until the end. So we're not really going to get to that point for a while. Oh, you know what? I might have left the door open. Scrubs, I might have left the door open, so that's on me. Ooh, okay. That's always the best. I don't like doing too much for my birthday, so that makes sense. I'm sorry, Scrubs, did I leave the door open? Is that what she was chewing on? Hey, Blood, how are you? Oh, I'm sorry, I left the door open. I was trying to go in and out really fast, so I must have left the door open. That's on me. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we should go back to having that room with the closed trash can. She is something for sure. Yeah. But otherwise, I don't really have any other updates. Always working on other things, like a Discord. I might be opening up VGen as well, not for art. I found out VGen does other things, like being able to do writing. So I might do some writing, and by writing I mean, let me see, I have a list over here. Possibly scripts, short stories, lore for like VTubers, possibly some life coaching, and maybe voice acting. We're gonna see. I don't want to put too much on my plate, but yeah, some stuff like that. Hopefully get more of myself out there as well. I'm gonna play around with Discord. But yeah, just some other stuff. Streaming tomorrow. I've decided on That's Not My Neighbor. I am getting more into it. I want to see how far I can get with that. And that'll go with the spooky season. Creepy, but not too much for me. So I'm liking that aspect. So I like that game for my little spooky season. Next week's schedule, we're going to continue with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And is that Thursday I see being available? Hold on. Oh, maybe Thursday. I work until 5. Maybe Thursday. I have to see how fast I can get home. I work weird hours that day. I'm mad though because I was supposed to work from home and then they changed it for me working different hours, so I'm pretty peeved. About that. But whichever. I'm hoping for like a full week next week, so Monday through Thursday, but we'll see. I'll try though, but we'll see. Anyway, today's a writing day. Today's a story that I'm really excited about. So yeah. I want to add like a witch hat to my model real quick before we do all that. Let me look at chat real quick. Hold on. Qualified for the Cancer Cup finals. Nice. Rock type only challenge? Ooh. I used to do that for Bakugan. I would keep like certain types and then try to make my way to the top. It was interesting. I missed that. I should go back and do Bakugan again. I used to do that a lot. I used to play all the Bakugan. I got all the Bakugan games and I would play them all at once on different systems. I would do that on PS2, PS3, Wii, DS. I used to play them on all the systems at the same time just for fun. I was so interesting back then. Oh man, I should do that. I should do that. Oh, I can't wait to play Bakugan again. I do have that. I do have that on my list. Anyway. Yes. Yes, Ivan, I am doing that. I just saw that it shipped. I ordered the physical copy. I ordered it on Amazon, and I saw that it shipped. I forgot that I ordered that. So it has shipped. It should be arriving. It should be arriving. Oh no, Scarlet! Isn't there some special medicine for her to heal? Ooh. Always blood, always. Pokemon Center mystery plush. Nice, nice. All right, we'll be switching over to the story to start writing. I'll just be staying on the BRB screen real quick for me to add like the witch hat and stuff to my... Wait, am I gonna do that? Hold on, let me see. Hold on. I think I left it actually on the other chibi. Hold on. No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. I thought I did. Okay, I'm going to leave it on the BRB screen for a second and just put a witch hat on this model real quick. And then we'll get to writing. I really need to fix that thing. Anyway, here we are. And then I gotta turn on the music. Let me get the Christmas music running. Oh, I gotta grab my ticket. I do have the mic further away from me. Oh, why did that one show? That's weird. Where'd my thing go? That's weird. Hold on. Oh, it must have stuck to that one. That's interesting. No, that shouldn't be it, actually. Hold on a second. I'll figure it out. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. There we go. That's what I did. See, I did figure it out. That's a point for me. Huh. That's a point for me. And getting this hat on. Anyway. I'm going to reread what I wrote. I wrote at least like 2 chapters. Let me edit the font, actually. That was one thing that bothered me. I couldn't... When I typed this story, I was writing on a typewriter. I literally wrote this on a typewriter. I usually make this like a 36. I'm just going to say 36 because I like the number 36. I almost drank all my water today. Today's work day was actually pretty decent. I am self-hydrating before anyone makes me hydrate. I'm almost out of water, actually. That's how much I self-hydrated today. I did not space that. Did I really? Okay. So now if I do this, it's going to make it way too big. Okay, well, I'll just leave it like that. Okay. So this is how I'm starting off the story so far. Again, trigger warning, it is going to mention or indicate self-harm. I walked up to the steps. I mentioned it twice. I walked up to the steps of the school, the night embracing me. The cold breeze was a familiar friend of mine. I could barely sense his presence anymore. I rolled down my sleeves and strapped the braces on tightly, hiding the shame underneath my arms. A shame that continued to lure me with its siren song, a promise of freedom from the pain, an escape, even for a moment, a chance of bliss. I take a deep breath and let the fog of cold air float in front of me. I wish I could disappear like that. Just as I was about to knock on the door, it flew open with a start, and an unfamiliar face beams at me. You made it! Who? She grabs my arm and pulls me into a tight but warm hug. She squealed, bouncing. I said bounced. Bouncing up and down, then pulled away. I'm so happy to see you. To see me? I'm gonna change that. To see me? That can't be true. I don't even know her. Is this a trick? It has to be. I'm gonna change that. There we go. Oh, I'm already reading ahead. I'm laughing at some of the stuff I put in here. I immediately step back and fall into the arms of a heavier set fellow with a Pokemon t-shirt. His brows... Let me change that. His brows furrowed and voice strained. Are you okay? I didn't hurt you, did I? My body launched forward again. Why are these strangers caring for me? This has to be some kind of trick. Okay. Hey. Okay. Hey, whispered the first girl. Her dark chestnut brown hair. Oh, I didn't add that in there. Beginning to fall in front of her face. Her shine from earlier now dimmed to match my own. I'm sorry if we scared you, she said as she slowly walked closer. Her hands held to her stomach, but her eyes gently focused on me. I swallowed my saliva down my dry throat as my body shook. Who are you? This is supposed to be a get-together for Stanley and High students. Oh, it is, she said as she leaned back, her smile returning. My name's Cherry. The guy from before waved shyly. My name's Richard. My eyes scanned them both, then around the entrance where we stood. The halls were empty, the rooms dark, but some lights were down the hall. It was hard to see anything. Cherry beamed again. Come on, we can take you there. Change that one. She extended her hand. I'm gonna say it again because I don't remember what I said. I don't know why, but her hand was so revolting to me, more than anyone else's. I know I don't know everyone at school, but I know I've never seen you around. Her eyes watered as she looked at her own hand, as if it were alien. Yeah, I tend to have that effect on people with my energy. Richard placed his hand on her shoulder, then looked at me. I know how hard it is to trust people, but we've got you. You can follow us this way to meet everyone else. Hold on. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. As they began to walk away, his hand made it to Cherry's back and began to rub it. Had I hurt her feelings? No, that can't be. I looked at my own hands as my feet cemented to the floor. I'm always the one who gets hurt. Their sarcastic tones, the fake friendships, the liars. My eyes slowly, looked up at them, the two-faced ones. Those were the ones that hurt the most. I unhooked myself from the ground and followed them. I'm already here. Might as well. So that is chapter 1. I tend to make very short chapters. I don't know. I think that's just me getting straight to the point. I'm also starting this off and going back later and reinforcing everything, adding more later. I just want to finish writing the whole thing and then adding more later. But that was chapter 1. What does everyone think? I'm gonna go back. Hold on. Yeah, look at it, Ivan. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I'll look at it, Ivan. Thank you, Scribs. I feel like I can do better, but yeah, that's what I have for now. I just wanted it to kind of hit. Thank you, Ivan. Yes. When I start writing these, I get really into character for each person. So I feel like that helps me a lot in writing these. Now the next one is dance. I don't think that there's a chapter 3. Yeah, I was just starting that chapter 3. I know that I was going to add more I wanted to add more in chapter 2, but I wasn't sure what to do with that, so this one is going to be another short one. Thanks for stopping by, Sarah. Really appreciate it. Good luck. Every face was a mystery. Not a single one I recognized, but every one of them was plastered with a smile. Something I haven't had in years. Appreciate you always stopping by, Ivan. See you next time. Something I haven't had in years. Strangers chatting at the punch bowl, slow dancing on the dance floor, lounging on the bleachers, or snacking at the tables. Cherry threw out her arms and bellowed, "Our guest of honor has arrived!" All eyes were suddenly on me. Before I could process what was happening, those with the cup shouted, "Cheers!" then returned to what they were doing. I grabbed Cherry by her arms. What was that for? I wanted to let everyone know you were here. Her bright smile shined even brighter. Is she making fun of me? I thought I made her cry earlier. If anyone wants it, a lit wick just appeared. I knew you'd go for that one. A black woman wrapped her arm around my shoulder and roughly pulled me in. Hey, the name's Ashley. Nice to meet you. Let me introduce you to everyone. Before waiting for an answer, she dragged me to the punch bowl across the room. Hey boys, this is our new friend. There we go. The guys were from all shapes and sizes. Tall, short, round, thin, one or multiple races. Long hair, short hair, and yet still, I could not recognize a single one. What is going on? Hold on, I'm gonna put this here so I remember. Hey Vlad, how's it going? We're just working on story writing today. I'm really excited about this one. Just rereading chapter 2 so I remember what I was doing for chapter 3 so I can get started on that one. Are you still looking for funny videos? I remember that you put that in the Discord. One thing they all did do was smile. Some from ear to ear, some were gentle, some only a bit. Okay, that's what it is. What's up, man? He said as he reached out for a high five. I pulled back a bit, but gently high-fived him. How's it going? He said as he rustled my hair. This continued on from one area to the next, everyone smiling, welcoming me, introducing themselves, talking about their likes, dislikes, and by the end, only an hour or so had passed. By that time, Ashley brought me back to Cherry. I was still so confused. Cherry? Yes, hun? Am I at the right place? Why don't I recognize anyone? What do you mean? Do you want a tour? What? No, She sped off into the crowd and came back dragging back a guy with an oversized hoodie, long bangs. It was playing a video game one-handed. This is Beetle. He knows the ins and outs of this school better than anyone else. Beeps and bops echoed from his game until the winning sound chimed. Only then did he look up. Yo. Cherry, I grunted. Beetle stepped forward and whispered, Yo, let's dip. I could use a break from all this yapping. You in? My irritation faded and the tour became more welcoming. I sighed heavily. Okay. Beetle extended his hand in the direction of the exit and moved us further and further away from the crowds. The lack of knowledge still ached at me, but a break might be in order. I actually have a better picture of what I was seeing of that character, but I forgot to add it. And then we're going to talk about the tour. Any thoughts for that chapter by chance? I'm wiping off the notifications on my watch. Okay. Now, where was I going with this one? Beetle continued to play his game as I looked at the walls of the school. Trophies lined the hallway on one side, while the other was lined with posters. The character interactions, yeah. I felt like there was barely any, but now that I read it, I'm like, you know what? There's actually kind of a decent amount. That one was actually more decent than I remember. Join the anime club, Stallion Stampede, games coming soon. I feel like I'm reading through Monster High. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of some stuff for, like, if it was called Stallion High, what kind of stuff would you see? Oh, there is a school that has horses as their stuff, so I'm trying to remember their motto. Track Club. I like that. I appreciate that. I already have Stallion Stampede. Game's coming soon. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Track. Hold on. Track your grades on our new school app today. Our school's literally doing that. Hold on, this is an old time one. Hold on, this is an old time one. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Make sure. Hold on. Make sure you're on the right track. How about that? I don't think books double space these, right? I don't think they do. Well, it does depend. Again, some of these posters looked familiar, some of them did not. What did they mean by be on the right track? What do they mean by be on, wait. What did they mean by be on the right track? Something about felt off. They do have a book formatting. Google Docs does have a book formatting. I just have to look it up, or someone did show me. I did see it online, but there is a way to book format it. I Beetle. Beetle chimed without looking away from his screen. Oh, it's nothing. I'm gonna turn the heat off over here. Beetle then made a sudden right turn down the stairs towards the cafeteria. I don't know how I feel about the spooky music playing right now. Scribs, are you charging your phone? I was just looking through my phone and the notification of Scribs is at 9%. On his phone. Tell him to charge it. I'm at 70%. I'm good. Beetle then made a sudden right turn down the stairs toward the cafeteria. I'm at 40%, I'll have you know. Sure, buddy. I stumbled to keep up. The closer we got to the cafeteria, the more lights that turned on. Less and less. I'm trying to think of what a cafeteria. I'm trying to think of like my old cafeterias looked like. Decorations begin to fall apart. The closer we got to the cafeteria, the more lights that turned on. Less and less posters were around. Decorations began to fall apart. Cafeteria itself was a different story. It was completely empty. With Beetle leaned over the counter. Wait, what is that? I don't think I want that Pokemon. Beetle leaned over the counter. And grabbed 2 bottles of water. 1 for me and 1 for so look the bottle over I want to look up something. I just don't know what I should use. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna have OBS up for a minute. What is Oh, okay, hold on. What is the... No, that doesn't answer my question. Man. No. Oh, nice catch. I didn't think you'd actually go for that. That doesn't answer my question. What is that? Oh my goodness. What? Are you serious? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Get out of here. I don't know if I can do this. Okay, I think I'll try this. Hold on. I'll try this. Oh, wait! I might be copyrighted. You gotta be careful if you're gonna do one of these. I don't think I need to put water. going to have any oh, that's what I was gonna do. He cleared his throat, then pulled his hoodie down a bit. That's when I noticed a burn mark around his neck. My VTuber model just passed out. I'm gonna take a nappies. And wake up. I think the VTuber model noticed what I was talking about.
Ooh, head pat. Thank you for the head pat. Head pat. Head pat.
Think we're gonna have an ad probably in like 10 minutes or something. Yeah. Then pulled his hoodie down a bit. That's when I noticed a burn mark around his on his neck. I immediately spat out my water. He followed suit with a matching after his own. I don't even think I've gotten that far before I already got to this point. I wasn't even thinking. I'm literally just writing from nothing. I'm letting my mind run, and I'm not even thinking that the characters are driving it. I'm just kind of writing whatever comes to mind. Okay. We're gonna let the ad run, and I'm just gonna keep writing as the ad is going. I did used to pause and take breaks when the ad ran, but I think I'm just gonna keep gaming and writing as the ad goes from now on. So. Yes. Yeah, we can do that. Do you want to just ask me now? We have an ad break coming up in about 3 minutes or so. Feel free to use that time to take a stretch break, water break, whatever you need. Leaving the ads on does help support the stream, though. If you want to help support the stream in any other way, I do have a Ko-fi down below. Using your Amazon Prime does let you support the stream for free, subscribe for free, and you get to skip the ads for 1 month. I'm trying to see if I can rewrite this. I have a different way of writing this, but I'm not sure if it'll work with what I have right now. So I'm trying to see how I can do this. Not only did the mark surprise me, not only did the sudden mark surprise me, but so did the appearance. It stretched around his whole neck as if it were a... Oop, wrong one. As if it were a rope he was trying to hang from. From the base up to the top of his neck, nothing was left for the imagination. If it wasn't for his hoodie, it would be as clear as day what his mark was. Oh, a Krogunk. Nice. We have a Krogunk in the stream if anybody wants to try to catch that in the Pokemon community game. Is that a Krogunk? Did I say Krogunk? My bad. I read that as Krogunk. Krogunk. What the fudge is that now that I look at Crow Court? What is that? Copy. I'm gonna correct myself. Hold on. The fudge did I say? No, don't tell me. I'm not gonna look. Don't tell me. I'm gonna look up this puppy. It's not a... Hey! Hold on. Hold on. They look a little similar. Big, dark alligator. They're both dark types? They both fugly. One is a frog, one is a gator. They both ugly. They both ugly. Ha! It escaped. It should have been a Krogunk. If I was gonna try to catch either one, I'd go for the Krogunk. Didn't they both wear sunglasses in the series? I might be confusing with something else. Either way. Lucifer's hoodie would be as clear as day what his mark was. Beetle said while rubbing his neck. Playing his game. I'm trying to see what phrase I could give him to say here. Having the I'm trying to figure out what I can have him say here. Having the thought is the first step. Attempt is the next. I'm not sure if I like that one right now. Okay, now hold on. It was pretty dumb. I began to rub my arms as he did his. Yeah. Feeling. seem confused. Look, this can't be serious. They were all loud, friendly. I'm trying to describe all the other people that the person just saw. And patient with me. What? Which cat? I'm jealous. I want a cat in my face. Never mind, you can keep that one. They were all loud, friendly. I just remembered. Hold on, let me finish this. Let me finish this. This is bothering me. You just have to stick your neck out and give them a shot. I put something else in there. I can't believe chuckle that is his own terrible joke. My side and her side, myself. So I signed up for, not signed up, but something that's happening at work is that my job lets me take courses it's kind of hard to explain without giving the whole context. to take a small pause here because now I need to rethink how I'm going to tell this story because it's taking a little bit of a turn. But yeah, so I don't know how other places do it, but I have a chance to get a higher raise. So I don't know, wait. So I work at a school, and depending on the degree I have and the degree I have and how many extra courses I take is how much I get paid. So with my degree and how many extra courses I take, I'm paid a certain amount up to a certain point. And I'm almost at the top of the list. I just have to take a couple extra classes. And I asked the top boss, can I take this extra course? And he said, nah, you can't. And I'm like, why? He said, you gotta go get a full degree. I'm like, what? I only need to take like 5 classes, not a full degree where I have to take like 10, 15. And the thing is that my school would pay for it. My school would pay for it. But they don't pay for it until I paid for it first. So essentially it's a payback. They'll pay me back. But not until I'm done. Not until I get the degree. So I hope that's making sense. So I'm gonna re-explain it, step back a little bit. So yeah, reimbursement. So so in order for me to get paid at the highest that they'll pay me, I have to take extra courses. And they'll pay it, but I have to pay it first and they'll pay me back. And when I said, hey, can I take this class, this class, and this class, they're like, nah, you gotta go get a full degree, not just random classes. And I'm like, I don't need a full degree. Not to mention, because I'm a school counselor, there aren't any extra degrees I can get. Teachers have a lot of options. School counselors don't. So he's like, nah, you gotta get a full degree. So I was looking and looking and looking, and I'm not interested in any full degree. There's just nothing I'm interested in. And I'm just like, I'm not in a good financial place to pay for a full degree, for like thousands and thousands to pay for a full degree. And lo and behold, I find out from coworkers, they're like, what are you talking about? You don't have to get a full degree. Our head boss just paid for a couple separate classes. What are you talking about? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He told me I have to go get a full degree. And they're like, no, see, look, I just took this one separate class and he paid for it. And I'm like, what? What is this foolishness? So no. Basically, I was lied to. They just didn't want to pay for anything. They just didn't. They're just making me jump through hoops just to not pay for anything. And yeah. I talked to a coworker and they're showing me how I might be able to jump hoops. So I submitted a class today. A class that I've been interested for a very long time. And I'm hoping it works. If not, there might be other things that I can do. Ooh, a Carablast. That's interesting. But yeah, I'm hoping that one. Yeah. And other classes that I'm interested in, so hopefully I can get paid at the tippy top. But yeah, I only need a couple more courses. I could also get paid more if I stay there long enough. That's not my goal, though. I don't want to stay there any longer than I have to. But apparently, though, the agreement is also, if they pay me back, I have to stay there for, was it 4 years? I don't know. But I'd rather pay $200 than... I'd rather, but if it goes through, I'd rather pay them I'd rather pay for the class $200 for one class than stay there for an extra 4 years if I don't have to. Compared to the thousands that they would charge me for a full degree that I don't even want, I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. Yeah, I'd rather do that. Keep the $400 for like what? How many is that? I just need like, hold on, it was 18 credits. What's it, 18? Technically it is in the thousands if I were to do all of them. Like 3,600, and that's even if all of them get approved. Whatever. At least it's not like, wait, hold on. Is it even, it's not even like that though. Hold on. That's if it was 2,000. That's if it was 200 times no, not even that. Hold on. That was 3 credits. Hold on, that's 3 credits. Hold on, I did the math wrong. Hold on, I did the math wrong. See, I hate math. Hold on, I hate math. Oh, not even! Not even! I did math wrong. That was 990. Go ahead. $990. Go ahead. Go ahead. 990 bucks. Go ahead. Compared to thousands that I would have paid in a full degree. Go ahead. 990 bucks. My mortgage is more than that. What I have to pay in pet fees is more than that. My other bills are more than that. Go ahead. Go ahead. $1,000 just to not stay at my job anymore and I can get my dream job. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Anyway. I'm trying to figure out if this is where I want to go with this story. Oh, man. Ugh. Yeah. Man, and sometimes they don't even cover the full thing either. Go ahead. Go ahead. Take it. $500. $300. Go ahead. Anyway. I don't know, I could add more. Anyway. What am I gonna call this one? Is this where I want to go with the story? Is my problem. I kind of want the main character to go around. That's not really how it went in the dream. I feel like I need to rethink this. I might change this chapter. Actually, I think I need to think this over. I'm not sure if this is where I want to go with this. The first 2 are good. This third one didn't end up necessarily where I wanted it to go. I want to rethink it. I like the thing I put in there though about the water bottle. That was fun. And the neck part too. I might need to really think this over. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take time to think this over. I lost contact. Because the way it happened in the dream was a lot shorter and a lot more straightforward, and I feel like I'm dragging this one out and it's not going along the way the dream went, which makes sense because, you know, the way we visualize is going to be different from the way we write it. You know what? I don't have other characters. That's why it's going this way. Yeah, I'm gonna need to think this one through. I'm starting to think of something. Hold on. Brainstorm. Hold on. I'm gonna start writing stuff down. I have a pen here that feels like it's going to perish, but it's still living and I don't know how. So I'm writing down ideas of different areas of a school. Is it that super fine point one with the mermaid cat? Yeah, it's the super fine point with the mermaid cat. This one's been perishing for a long time. There's another one, the unicorn. It does the same thing. It's like the exact same one. What are some different areas of a high school? I've got bathroom. You love the way it writes. It's been perishing for a really long time. Like when you first start writing with it, the ink barely even comes out. Like I keep thinking it's perishing, but if you keep trying to write with it, then it will keep writing. Ooh, science room. Yeah, specific rooms. What's that one room where you learn how to take care of a kid? What was that room? Well, we just did cafeteria. Was that home ec? Oh, it was home ec. So right now I'm trying to think of, so this story is about self-harm and self-deletion. So I'm thinking of different, I don't want to say it on stream, just I don't know, it's like so privy to the matter, but different areas and different rooms where people would get bullied or have different ideas where they would consider self-harm or self-deletion. For example, a typical one, like someone would get bullied in the bathroom. So that's a closed off room where someone would consider it. Rooftop? I don't want it to always be bullying. I want it to be something else. Like, it doesn't always have to be bullying. Like, people also have stuff that goes on at home. So then when they're at school, they would think about it and might attempt something. Or even they might attempt it at home, and then well, I don't want to ruin the story, but yeah. Football field hiding under the bleachers. Oh, that one could be. No. Library study rooms, yeah. I think I'm also going to do research too as to reasons why someone would do it. I think I need more. That's something else I was contemplating too, is doing more research on it. I need more examples on some unfortunate life experience. Like, I've seen a lot of videos as to why people do it. Unfortunately, I have other experience as to why people have done it or contemplated it. I think after stream would be good because I also want to talk about it a little bit more. I'm trying to think of one school that I went to and I saw some areas. Thank you, though. Ooh, theater. I know that there's theater people. That's gotta be pretty stressful. Oh, that's why I remembered. I played a game where there was something like this. I just remembered that. And it was a romance game of all things. A Toxel. Ooh. Wait, which one? Oh, well, I'm going to try for it anyway. They're purple, so I'm fine with that. It's the Bible. Okay, now I really want it. I'm thinking of the art room right now. There's some of that. Yeah, I caught it. Nice. There's also gang violence. Some people aren't in good financial situations. There's also divorce. I'm finding a reason for each one. I'm just also trying to associate them to a room. So I'm trying to associate a room with the type of attempt and with the person. But then also that dictates or questions how many. Okay, so far we finished chapter 3. We brainstormed some ideas for possible next chapters, and I already know how I want to wrap it up, but I'm still gonna keep brainstorming everything else. Oh gosh, we still have a lot for stream time wise. Should we do some Hello Kitty? That's all I really got for like the last part of it. Actually, you know what? I have another story that I can work on for a little bit. I just gotta bring it up. Let me find it. There it is. Is this it? There it is. Now, if it'll actually find it, that's another story. There we go. We did one, and now we're gonna do another one. Where did I leave off on this one anyway? Oh, I remember. We were doing different rooms. Okay. Okay. I decided to go to the club rooms to help clean up. After this past summer, they were used quite a bit, not to mention if I want to run my mindfulness group, I'm going to need a lot of space and a lot of items. Maybe I can get first dibs. That reminds me. I did run an art club today instead of my mindfulness groups today. Scribs, I brought you some air dry clay. Come get it. As I descended down the stairs, I could already see boxes outside the rooms. It looks like people have already beat me to it. I sighed heavily, turned around when I heard a surprising voice. That should do it. Then placed 2 boxes. What you mean I could do visual novel writing? That's your clay. I sat on it, so I might need to let it sit there for a minute. I don't know. And turned around when I heard a surprising voice. That should do it. Then placed 2 boxes down, each filled with reams of printer paper. They may seem light, but are ridiculously stacked. I made my... What is that? Oh, okay. I made my way down again when the automatic hallway lights turned on. That's when I saw Gilbert picking up a box full of textbooks with his. I wrote that on cheese nuggets. Very defined muscles. Why haven't I seen them before? I remembered how to breathe and continued walking forward. What are you doing down here, Gilbert? Students don't start for another week. He turned and grinned, then put his hand out to stop me from getting any closer. He grabbed the towel from around his neck and began to wipe the sweat off his face. Normally, yeah, but I asked if there was anything I could do to help out this year. He ran his fingers through his hair and started jogging backwards. I'll wash up and be right back. Bill began to set in. He's not stopping on my account, is he? Am I distracting him from the work he's supposed to do? I don't want to get him in trouble on... I already said account. I don't want him to get in trouble. I already said account, so... I shook my head and looked in each room. Each person's decisions are their own. I can only direct so much. So if she goes into the art room, something happens. If she goes into the STEM room, something else happens. And the music room. And I'm making it so each one has a different reaction. One is going to be a good end, one is a medium end, one is a bad end. So it's not going to get you any points. Not that the book is going to have any points, but yeah, it's not going to be the good of an ending. I walked into the art room to find all the paintbrushes and cups, brand new paint sealed away, the countertop spotless, and each table was set up with a drawing pad and art pencil. Oh wow, I mumbled. Thanks. I shook a bit. I had no idea Gilbert had his arm leaned right above my head. Son of a... I don't like when people do that. Using me as a flippin' stool. Anyway. His arm leaned right above my head. You did all this? Normally, this place is in ruins. Oh, I stopped there. Okay. Oh, I probably didn't know I had to continue, and I probably stopped there. Okay, how would I continue with this one? It took a bit, but it was worth it. I'm looking at the time and I'm already upset that I'm getting this close to having to end. I love writing. It's so much fun. You know, no matter how much I do other stuff like drawing or crafting and stuff, they're all good. But I feel like writing is the easiest. Even if I have a hard time with something, I like going back and trying to do better. And I've been told in the past my writing is good, even when teachers were like, no, you don't have to improve anything. I'm like, lies! Lies! Tell me to do something to try to improve it. Like, come on, something. Even a little bit. Even a little bit. Have me experiment with a different writing style. I did that with poetry. It was cool. It was awesome. I even had one of my not a teacher, but my supervisor was like, give me a haiku. I don't think he knew what a haiku was. I guess he did his own version. He said, give me a haiku of ACT, acceptance commitment therapy. I'm gonna do it at the bottom here. I'm pretty sure a haiku is 757 syllables. And what I did immediately, he was in the middle of talking and explaining it. And what I did was, I am not my thoughts. My thoughts are not me. For I am here. Pretty sure that was not a haiku. I am not my thoughts. Thoughts. My thoughts are not me, for I am here. Something like that. How he said it was, as long as it was a total of 16 syllables, he'll accept it. I think he was making it easier for everybody else. Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset about this? It's not like I'm saying the anime haiku. Oh man. Okay, fine. 575. Anyway, yeah. He was in the middle of explaining it. He was in the middle of talking about it with everyone else. All I heard was haiku about act, my favorite thing in the world, and this is immediately what I thought of. He said, does anyone want to go? And I'm like, me? I said this 17. No, he said 16. He said we were allowed to do like 16. I don't know why he counted it as 16. And I immediately said me. I said this, and nobody wanted to go after me. Nobody wanted to go after me. Nobody wanted to go after me. This is how I would summarize this therapy. You are not supposed to, well, not supposed to. You're not supposed to fuse with your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. Because you're supposed to focus on the present. Focusing on the present helps anchor you down to the present, helps you focus on what's happening now. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're happy and enjoying the moment. Stop complimenting me. I don't know how to take compliments. I'm sorry. Thank you. Your boss needs to learn poem structures. Probably. But yeah. No, I said I love writing. I like poetry too. Oh man. Yeah. There was another one too. This was in high school. They were explaining poetry, how you're supposed to they said something about say the opposite of things, be expressive. I don't know. All I remember is be expressive. All I remember is saying the opposite of stuff, and I remember saying, hear my silent screams. Shoot, hold on. What are the 5 senses? Taste the piercing. Taste the piercing terror. Hold on, what are the 5 senses? Sight, hear, touch, it was like hold her. Oh, what was it? I'm trying to remember. Sight, smell, touch. There's one more. You forgot taste. You forgot taste. Yeah, it was hear her silent screams. Hold on. Here, see her lifeless eyes. Touch her. Hold her. It was... I just remember her silent screams. Hold her. I don't remember. Hold her freezing. I don't know. It was something like that. I forgot to hit something on the stream deck. Lifeless. Oh no, I was just said it lifeless. I don't know, body. Yeah, it was something like that. Man, I wish I could remember it. I had it written down at some point. I don't know. I want to work on that again. But yeah, I like poetry. I used to do better. I wrote better poetry when I was sad. I probably could do it again. Anyway, I was over here. Now I feel like trying to write that again. Now that I'm like looking at it. Let me finish this sentence though. He walked over to table and brushed his hand. Stroking his hand on it as he walked by. I'm gonna leave that there. Now I feel like trying to think of a poem for all the senses that we just talked about. Oh, it was see her silent. See her. Shoot. See her. Shoot, was it like see her invisible tears? See her smiling tears. I don't know if I had smell. Touch. Taste her trembling. Fear. Hear her silent screams. Touch her lifeless hands. What would smell be? I feel like I got most of everything except for smell. I feel like I got most of it except for smell. This is gonna bother me. Welcome back, Blood. Sounds like you won. I'm gonna try to remember what smell was. Maybe it was something else. I might just come back to this. Smell her. I don't know. All I can think of is smell her blood-filled smile. I don't know. How does this sound? It sounds terrifying to me. I don't want to put in iron because that's kind of implied with blood. I like how I'm saying that with blood being in the chat. Smell her blood-filled smile. Yeah, a lot of things with poetry, you want to kind of imply and say little. I'm saying that like I'm an expert, but I'm not. But yeah. I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm gonna leave that there. Now I feel like getting into poetry again, which I don't have time to get into more hobbies. But yeah, this is an old one that I've had for so long. Maybe I can find it on Facebook. Anyway. The point of this one, though, is that I'm trying to get across is someone that's just very unhappy and forced, essentially wearing a mask. They're smiling, but they're crying. They look like they're happy, but it's filled with blood. Like, why is that? They're basically broken. Hence their lifeless hands, they're screaming from inside out. But they're also trembling. Like, what? Why is this happening? This sounds terrifying. This sounds terrifying. Anyway. I was gonna say, where'd I go? Gotta go back to... Oh, I kept the hat! Nice. I kept the hat. didn't think I'd be able to keep the hat. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining me today. Let's look for someone to raid. Since I am kind of here, let's delete that. Since I have it up right now. Hold on, I'm multitasking and that's not bueno. No bueno for me. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Looking for someone to raid, and in the meantime... Oh, snooze that ad. Snooze it! I snoozed it myself. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, look! I forgot she was doing that. Anyway, that's my Rosie sis. We're going to be doing a crafting stream next week. I'm not too sure about that. Because the crafting that I'm doing... What is that? Oh, okay. The crafting that I'm working on right now is needle punching. I'm not too confident on that. We can try, and then if I get frustrated like I normally do, I'll go back to finishing using all of the materials I have for what I've been doing, which is making necklaces. I've decided that I honestly just want to stick to doing needlework, so sewing. I'm focusing right now. Embroidery. I'm looking. What other needlework is there? Cross stitch. Oh my gosh, I tried cross stitch and it was irritating me. But yeah, I'll try it, see how it goes, and then if I get frustrated, I'll do that. Because I'm pretty sure Scribs, do we still have enough material to make more necklaces? No, we don't. Actually, we don't. We need to order more material. But yeah, I'll try, that. I'm pretty sure we have materials for cross stitch, actually. I'm pretty sure we have material for cross stitch. We'll get it set up either way. I thought I saw one of a specific person that I thought that I could raid, but they might have just ended stream. If not, I wanted to raid a friend that I haven't raided before. I'm looking for artists right now. I'm trying not to buy art right now. I am so tempted. There are so many good artists. Speaking of artists, the artist that, ooh, what is that? The artist that I want to raid right now is called Rin West. They are actually a really good artist. They're drawing art right now. They've only been streaming for an hour. They look like they're doing a comic. They're also a rigger. They have a Pixv YouTube account, Twitter, all of that. I've been following their work for a while. I would highly, highly recommend. Honestly, I don't know how they don't have more viewers right now. I've been following their work for quite a bit. So let's go ahead and raid them. Let's see. Let's go ahead and say hi. Be good, Sparkles. Get your potions ready. get your broomsticks. I hope you remember your spells, because I never will. And I'll see you, Sparkles, tomorrow for some spooky games. Please don't scare me. I already scare myself. Please. Anyway, I'll see you, Sparkles, on the other side. Bye-bye.